The whole thing is we talk what we talk, but now it's time to back up what we talk. And yes, we're looking forward to facing Shakur Stevenson early 2026.
Teofimo Lopez, don't run. Don't run. You ran from the Haney fight already, dude. Come on, don't run from this one, bro.
Jake Paul knew what it was when he first signed the fight. This ain't the first time he had battle against a woman. You knew what it was when you first signed the fight. So don't get mad and cuss him out and talk bad about him now.
The boxing world just turned upside down. Shakur versus Teofimo is locked in, but as one mega fight gets confirmed, chaos erupts online between Jake Paul, KSI, Nate Diaz, and Tank Davis. Firstly, Teofimo Lopez teases what could be one of the biggest announcements of his career, hinting that something major is just around the corner. With a confident grin, he speaks of his excitement for what's coming in 2026, leaving fans buzzing with speculation, because whatever he's planning, it sounds like Teofimo's next chapter is already in motion.
I think just wait a couple weeks from now, or less. I know I just got a big gift of 2026 waiting for me, and I'm excited for it.
Then, Teofimo Lopez confirms that talks for a showdown with Shakur Stevenson are real and active. Speaking confidently, he admits negotiations are underway and paperwork is moving between both camps. While nothing's officially signed yet, Teofimo assures fans the fight is being built behind the scenes, and early 2026 could mark the long-awaited collision everyone's been waiting for.
The whole thing is we talk what we talk, but now it's time to back up what we talk. And yes, we're looking forward to facing Shakur Stevenson early 2026. Definitely looking and excited for it. Neither one of us has gotten to the point of signing the dotted line. We're still in negotiations, and that's all it. But there are paperworks going and tossing back and forth, and soon enough, the fight fans and everyone around the world will see us having a fight deal.
At the same time, Kenneth Sims Jr. is caught off guard when asked about the upcoming Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez fight. Without hesitation, he backs his friend and fellow technician Shakur because his quick and confident response shows where his loyalty lies. No overthinking, no breakdowns, just pure belief in Shakur's skills and dominance.
What do you think, Shakur and Teo, man? Shakur's your guy.
Yeah, Shakur. I think Shakur,
Adding to the conversation, Tim Bradley doesn't hold back as he calls out Teofimo Lopez directly, urging him to stop ducking real competition. He challenges Teofimo to step up and face Shakur Stevenson, reminding him that talk means nothing without action. Bradley praises Teofimo's talent but criticizes his inconsistency, saying Shakur's already locked in and ready to expose anyone standing in his way.
Teofimo Lopez, don't run. Don't run. You ran from the Haney fight already, dude. Come on, don't run from this one, bro. For real, bro. Stop with all the antics, bro. I know you like attention, but damn. Get in there and fight against Shakur Stevenson, bro. For real. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing. Stop playing around. Shakur ain't playing. No, Shakur ain't playing. No tune-ups coming up to see you in your weight, 5 pounds above 135. He can beat you. He knows how to beat you. That's what he believes in his heart, Teo, you're talented. Yeah, you are, man. But damn, you talk too much and you don't back it up. That's the problem I have with you.
Furthermore, Tim breaks down the potential matchup between Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez with respect and realism. He praises Shakur for daring to take on elite challenges, calling it the kind of fight that will truly reveal just how great he is. Bradley highlights Shakur's remarkable rise through multiple weight classes and says this clash could define both men's legacies if it actually happens.
You got to fight the best. So look, I appreciate Shakur Stevenson for stepping up and wanting to take on that task. I think it's one of those matches where you're sitting there and you're saying, how good is Shakur Stevenson? How good is he? I hear a lot of people talking about him, but how good is he? He's already accomplished or is a 3-division world champion already, 126, 130, 135. He has a chance to be, 4-division world champion already in his career? Man, I mean, look, I think it's a great opportunity, but the fight just has to happen. Style matchup, you got a defensive wizard versus I want to say somewhat of a freak of nature.
On the other hand, Bradley balances his critic with genuine respect for Teofimo Lopez, acknowledging that when the lights are brightest, Teo tends to deliver. He reminds fans that Teofimo has already shocked the world against names like Lomachenko and Josh Taylor, proving his talent under pressure. Still, Bradley warns this matchup is dangerous. Shakur's timing, movement, and control could expose Teofimo's weaknesses once again.
You know, let me get some props to Teofimo Lopez, other than, bashing. Yeah. The kid has, on his biggest moments, has shown up. He has. He beat Taylor. He beat Lomachenko when everybody doubted him. And this is another opportunity that he likes. He likes these big old challenges. You know what I'm saying? To show up and defeat all the odds. So this is down his alley. Teo is very selective when he chooses to fight these men. So we gonna see if it's according to his calculations, if this is the right move. We gonna see. First you gotta fight him, but damn, I think it's a dangerous fight. Counter punchers, both of these guys are good counter punchers. Teo got good speed. Shakur got great speed, great legs, great distance control.
But while fans are hyped for Shakur versus Teofimo, the spotlight quickly shifts to another storm brewing in the boxing world: Jake Paul. Just as one major fight gets confirmed, Jake finds himself at the center of chaos, trading shots online with KSI, Nate Diaz, and even Tank Davis. Meanwhile, Roy Jones Jr. steps in with a calm but firm message for Jake Paul, calling out the influencer-turned-promoter for turning on one of his own fighters. Jones reminds Jake that he knew the fighter's past before signing him and criticizes the sudden backlash. Instead of public shaming, Roy urges understanding, saying a man struggling doesn't need to be kicked while he's down.
Jake Paul knew what it was when he first signed the fight. This ain't the first time he had battle against a woman. You knew what it was when you first signed the fight. So don't get mad and cuss him out and talk bad about him now. You knew what it was when you signed up for it. Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's not do that. I don't talk bad about him either, but don't do the dude like that. No, the dude having a hard time in his life right now. Don't just do him like that. You know what I mean? Because you knew exactly what he was when you signed him to fight the first time.
Additionally, Gabe Rosado calls out the growing trend of high-profile but mismatched fights, challenging fighters to prove themselves against legitimate competition. He stresses that true respect in boxing comes from facing real, active pros, not just celebrities or faded legends. Rosado positions himself as that test, a fight that's meaningful, marketable, and a real statement for anyone claiming to be a serious boxer.
Stop fighting dudes like Tyson. Stop fighting dudes like Little Tank Davis. Come on, man. Like, I wasn't mad at Tank for getting that bag. You know what I mean? I think he turned down a load of money. But it's kind of comical that you're fighting a guy so small. Fight me. You know what I'm saying? Fight me if you really want to prove something. A fight with me is a fight that's gonna sell, that you can market. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's a legit fight. So this is something different. You know what I mean? I'm not Nate Diaz, and no disrespect to Nate Diaz, but Nate Diaz is a UFC fighter. I'm a real professional boxer that's active. And not saying anything against the other pro fighters that he's fought, but Mike Tyson isn't Iron Mike no more. Comes a time where you can't keep playing boxer. You either really that, or you just gonna keep fronting.
Meanwhile, Jake Paul reveals that preliminary talks are already underway for a potential matchup with Alex Pereira. While both camps are reportedly interested, contractual obligations with the UFC could be the only hurdle standing in the way. Paul hints that if everything aligns, this could turn into a huge blockbuster fight that fans have been anticipating. He also stresses that both sides are serious and motivated, signaling that the fight could become a reality sooner rather than later. Tweet says, his team is down. I think the only thing preventing it is the UFC. And if these guys can get out of their contracts to fight me, it would be a massive fight at some point, and I know he's down to make it happen. However, Wade Plemons sets the record straight, emphasizing that a fight involving Alex Pereira can't happen as long as he's under a UFC contract. He points out the obvious obstacle that some fans and commentators seem to overlook: contractual obligations take priority, making any matchup with Pereira impossible until those terms are resolved. Plemons adds that until Pereira is officially released or his contract expires, all talk of outside fights is purely speculative. He tweeted, "This will not happen while Alex is still under UFC contract. How do people not understand that by now? Similarly, Luke Thomas cuts through the noise surrounding the ongoing fight rumors, pointing out that despite all the hype, speculation, and social media chatter, nothing official has taken place. Until contracts are signed and agreements are finalized, fans are left waiting. His comment serves as a reality check, reminding everyone that talk alone doesn't make a fight real. He stresses that patience is key, as only concrete steps in negotiations will turn the rumors into an actual matchup. He said, in other words, nothing that means anything has happened. From a different perspective, Chael Sonnen breaks down the logic behind high-profile matchups, arguing that fights are often driven by opportunity and payday rather than just competition. He points out that even elite names like Tyson Fury stepped into lucrative bouts knowing the financial reward. Sonnen challenges critics to name a better fight for Jake Paul than Francis Ngannou, framing it both as a legitimate challenge and a massive payday.
When Francis says fighting Jake Paul wouldn't make sense, well, what in hell do you think Tyson Fury got for boxing you? These aren't mean things from me. This is a reality. Tyson Fury knew there was a check. Name one person you'd rather see Jake Paul fight than Francis Ngannou. Is a real challenge. How Tyron Woodley, Ben Askren, Anderson Silva, Mike Tyson. How those aren't real challenges, I don't know. But this is the story as we're told. And do you see where that would satisfy so much? Do you see where that would force even the biggest hater to be quiet? And my job for something to make sense is the biggest check against the easiest opponent. I cannot think of anything I would rather see Jake and Francis do.
Finally, Edgar Berlanga throws down a direct challenge to Jake Paul, urging him to stop dodging and make the fight official. With a mix of frustration and confidence, Berlanga calls on Paul to pick up the phone and finalize the matchup, signaling he's ready and serious about facing him in the ring. Berlanga emphasizes that the fans are eager for this showdown, and he's prepared to bring everything he's got to prove himself. His message is clear. There's no more time for excuses. He wants the fight, and he wants it now.
Hey, Jake, pick up the phone, champ. I've been calling you. Pick up. Let's make the fight happen. Pick up the phone, man. Stop playing.
The boxing world is on the edge of a revolution. Shakur, Stevenson, and Teofimo Lopez is inches from reality, promising a fight that could redefine legacies. But as one epic showdown looms, chaos erupts elsewhere. Jake Paul trading barbs with KSI, Nate Diaz, and Tank Davis, while blockbuster rumors swirl around Alex Pereira. Who do you see coming out on top in Shakur versus Teofimo? Will Stevenson's skill or Lopez's power reign supreme? Can Jake Paul finally step up and face a true MMA killer like Alex Pereira? Or will contracts keep this fight locked? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you love staying ahead of every big fight, every viral call out, and every shocking twist in boxing and MMA, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. This is your front row seat to all the drama, all the action, and all the fight news you won't get anywhere else. Don't miss a single punch. Join the fight fam today.